Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're tackling a hot topic, how to buy injection molds from China. Now you might be thinking, Stephen, why China? Well, it's no secret. China is the manufacturing powerhouse of the world. They offer incredible value, especially for injection molds, which can get super pricey. But like with any big purchase, there are definitely some things you need to know before you even think about hitting that buy button. We're going to walk you through the entire process step by step so you can avoid costly mistakes and make sure you're getting exactly what you pay for. Let's dive in. Alright, so you've got this amazing product idea and you know injection molding is the way to go. The first step is finding the right supplier. Now, you might be tempted to just go with the cheapest option, but trust me, that's a recipe for disaster. We want to find a supplier who's not only affordable, but also reliable and experienced. Think of it like finding a business partner, not just a random vendor. So, where do you even start looking? One word, Alibaba. It's like the Amazon of manufacturing, with millions of suppliers. Don't forget about global sources either, another great platform. And if you're really serious, industry trade shows are where it's at. You can meet suppliers face-to-face, check out samples, the whole 9 yards. When you're browsing through potential suppliers, pay close attention to their profiles. Do they have a detailed company history? Positive customer reviews? Have they worked with businesses in your industry before? These are all green flags. And here's a pro tip, don't be afraid to ask for referrals. Reach out to people in your network or industry groups and see who they've had good experiences with. Okay, you found a few suppliers that seem promising. Now it's time to put on your detective hat. Remember, we're talking about a significant investment here, so we need to be absolutely sure we're dealing with the real deal. The first thing you want to do is check for certifications. ISO 9001 is the gold standard for quality management. If a supplier has that, it's a good sign. But don't stop there. Dig deeper. Go online and see what people are saying. Check out reviews on Alibaba, Google, industry forums, anywhere you can find information. And don't just look at the positive reviews. Pay attention to the negative ones too. See how the supplier responded to any complaints or issues. If possible, try to visit the factory in person. Nothing beats seeing the operation firsthand. If you can't make it to China yourself, consider hiring a local agent to do an audit for you. They can be your eyes and ears on the ground. This is where things get really important. You need to be crystal clear about your injection mold specifications. I'm talking about every little detail, from the type of material, steel or aluminum, to the required tolerances, the desired lead time, and even your CAD designs. Remember, you're dealing with a different culture and often a language barrier, so things can easily get lost in translation. Don't just rely on emails or phone calls. Use detailed drawings, 3D models, anything you can to visually represent what you need. And most importantly, get everything in writing and make sure both parties sign off on it. Think about it like this. The more specific you are up front, the fewer surprises you'll have down the line. It's all about setting clear expectations from the get-go. Chapter 4. The Art of the Deal. Negotiating like a pro. Now it's time to talk money. Negotiating with Chinese suppliers can be intimidating, but it's all part of the game. Don't be afraid to haggle a bit. It's expected. Start by discussing minimum order quantities, or MOQs. See if you can negotiate a lower quantity, especially if you're just starting out. Next up, payment terms. A common arrangement is a 30% deposit up front and the remaining 70% before shipment. And here's a crucial tip. Always use secure payment methods like letters of credit. This protects you in case something goes wrong. Finally, make sure you have a solid contract in place that covers everything we've talked about so far, including intellectual property rights and penalties for delays. Alright, your mold is almost ready, but before you get too excited, we need to talk about quality control. This is non-negotiable. You don't want to get your mold all the way from China, only to find out it's defective. The best way to avoid this is to request a prototype or sample first. This lets you inspect the quality firsthand and make any necessary adjustments before they start mass production. But don't stop there. Hire a reputable third-party inspection company like SGS to do a pre-shipment inspection. They'll go to the factory, check the mold thoroughly, and give you a detailed report. Your mold has passed inspection and it's time to get it shipped to you. This is where things can get a little tricky, especially with international shipping. First, you need to understand Incoterms. These are international trade terms that define who's responsible for what during shipping. Make sure you understand the difference between FOB and XW, for example, so you know who's paying for what. To make your life easier, partner with a trusted freight forwarder. They'll handle all the logistics from customs clearance to delivery and make sure your mold arrives safely and on time. Congratulations, your injection mold has arrived. But the journey isn't over just yet. What happens if something goes wrong? What about spare parts? That's why after-sales support is so crucial. Before you finalize the deal, discuss warranty terms. How long is the warranty? What does it cover? Also, ask about the availability of spare parts. You don't want to be stuck if something breaks down the line. Remember, building a strong long-term relationship with your supplier is key. Good communication is essential, and hey, if you're happy with their work, don't hesitate to give them repeat business. It's all about building those win-win partnerships. And there you have it, your roadmap to buying injection molds from China. It might seem like a lot to take in, but trust me, with a little planning and research, you can navigate the process like a pro. Remember, getting injection molds made is an investment, and like any good investment, it requires due diligence, but the payoff? Worth it. You get high-quality molds at a fraction of the cost, which means you can bring your product to market faster and more affordably. Got questions? Drop them below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more sourcing tips. See you next time.